everybody, I'm Ben.
And this is Tay Bizzle.
That's his name. It's on his birth certificate.
Yep, my name is actually Tay Bizzle, nickname Taylor.
I know exactly when I'm gonna die because my birth certificate has an expiration date on it. That was a Stephen Wright joke. He's
That
hilarious.
was really bad.
Yeah, he's hilarious. He does that's his entire routine. He just does one-liners. I'm serious. He's amazing.
Garbage.
No, he's just like, if everything runs on batteries, what do batteries run on?
I hate life right now.
No, he's amazing. Trust me. Go check him out. Alright, okay,
Alright, Ben.
so it's my topic now. And this topic is complicated plots.
Complicated plots, just in...
Just in general.
Wait, like good complicated or bad complicated?
Complicated in, like, the way is like, oh, this person did this, and then this happened, but because this happened, it doesn't matter that that person did the thing, and, you know, like, stuff like that. Just, like, intertwining plot.
So, every soap opera.
Yeah, pretty much.
Here, you start us off.
Alright, I don't know much about this one, because I've never played a Final Fantasy game. Mine are mostly going to be games, because games love having complicated plots.
Yeah, they do.
But Final Fantasy, I've never played it, but everyone, like, I always think, like, should I pick up the new Final Fantasy game? And then they're just like, no, this game's garbage. And then my friends are just like, it's good, but you've never played a Final Fantasy game before, so you will not get what's going on. So I'm just like, good point. So I never played one.
Yeah, that's the same with me here. I always want to get into it because they look super cool and people say that they are fun.
Also, it's like a 20-hour movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently all the cutscenes are like 1,000,000 hours long.
Yeah, exactly. Complicated plots, man. I don't know. For games, for me, I haven't really played too many games that have complicated plots. Just because normally for me, complicated plots mean bad. Like, I just associate it with that.
I don't really see that it's bad. I see it as complicated.
There's a lot. It's really hard to have a super complicated plot and have the story still be good.
Yeah,
that's super hard.
That's definitely an achievement.
So normally it's super hard to find one like that. So a lot of people don't do it in games.
Right.
And I buy games and I play them and I buy the next one, but it's normally like the best games out there. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like if 1 month this certain game's out, and I don't have anything to play, I'll go buy that or something.
Right.
And instead of kind of experimenting a little bit, and I experimented once, but the game's actually good. And but for me, complicated plots, man, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like, I haven't been I don't really watch TV much anymore. Movies I watch every once in a while.
Right.
And then a lot of the video games I have don't really have them, so give me another example of like a complicated plot, like one that I would know about.
Okay. So, Legend of Zelda was another one that I had on here. But, it's not really, like, the games individually never really have a complicated plot because it's always, like, save the princess. But overall, like, I have in front of me right now, if you heard, like, a bunch of noise coming from me, I'm sorry. It's because I was flipping through the book, Hyrule Historia. I know a lot of people don't consider this as canon, but they have
That's not canon.
They have a timeline here of like all the Legend of Zelda games in the order that they've happened, and it turns out that Skyward Sword, which is the game that most recently came out, Hyrule Warriors isn't technically out in America yet, so I'm not including that one. And plus, we don't know if that's canon at all. So, but yeah, Skyward Sword was first, and then it was Minish Cap, and then it was Four Swords, and then it was Ocarina of Time. And Ocarina of Time actually splits off into 3 different timelines. There are 2 timelines where he beat Ganon, and then there's 1 timeline where Ganon killed him. And the 2 that he beat Ganon, one of them goes off, and Ganondorf is sealed away, and then he's resurrected, and this is the Hero of the Wind and a New World kind of era, where it goes to Wind Waker, and then it goes to Phantom Hourglass, and then it goes to Spirit Tracks, which is like, holy shit! Like, why would you need to do all this? But then the other one where he succeeds is Majora's Mask, which is a fantastic game, along with Ocarina of Time. It's super dark and shit like that. And then Twilight Princess, and then Four Swords Adventure. So Four Swords leads off to another Four Swords game. And then the one where he's defeated and Link, is the hero of time, is killed, it goes off to A Link to the Past, and then Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons, and then Link's Awakening, and then to the original Legend of Zelda game, and then to The Adventure of Link, which is the second Legend of Zelda game. So that's like the complicated plot of Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, that's insane. I'm still trying to think, man. I guess a complicated plot.
Like, you can be anything, like any movie that you saw that you didn't really understand or whatever.
I'm at a loss here, man. I really have to think. Complicated plots, man. I guess I'm gonna have to go with the Star Wars prequels.
Okay, yeah,
They were just out of, like, they were just complicated in a bad way.
Yeah, they weren't good.
Yeah, they weren't good, and they were complicated in a bad way, and they just brought up things that didn't make sense, and there wasn't a lot of time put into it, so it just came out really poorly, and it didn't add anything to the originals.
Right.
And the plot on it, like, you guys have to honestly just go rewatch them if you haven't seen them for a while. They're just really bad, and the plot's complicated because of all the stupid things that don't make sense. In the movie, it's not complicated because the story's actually complicated. It's just that there are so many stupid little things that happen that make it complicated when it shouldn't be. Like, for example, in the beginning scene, Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan are in this little room, and they're sitting there and they're talking or whatever, and they're supposed to be there for like a trade embargo or something, but they're actually there to find something else. I'm a little rusty on my episode 1. And then all of a sudden, the robot comes in that's like a C-3PO clone, and then it walks out and it says, to like...
Well, it wasn't a clone of C-3PO, it would be the prequel to C-3PO, C-2PO.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And then, like, from the originals, they just cloned him. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
And, so they go to, like, these worm-looking guys that are in all the movies, all the prequels, and they're like, I think those two are Jedi. So this is where, like, something that could be super simple, like, it wouldn't make a good movie, but just something, these two worm guys are like, okay, these guys are Jedis. What are we gonna do? We're gonna put gas into this chamber that's super slow, and it won't kill them very fast. So what do the Jedis do? They go and they stab the door, and they get out and they escape. These guys literally had them in a room. They could have just got a bunch of troops outside and been like, we're gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Or they could have put poison in. They were drinking tea. They could have put poison in their tea. Like, they make it complicated for a bad reason. Like, the Empire could have just won.
Yeah, that's true.
They could have just won. Like, right there. And there's a bunch of stuff like that for the good guys and bad guys. They do a bunch of stupid stuff like that that makes the whole story complicated for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you watch it, you're just like, oh, God. Like, I hate when movies do that when there's something that's so obvious. Like, it wasn't like, it wasn't like one of those things where they kind of look like Jedi, but this guy was like, look, I'm pretty sure they're Jedi. Why would I do something? So they end up trying to kill them with the gas. It's just like, you could bring like 50 droids and just be like, look, we're killing you right now.
Yeah.
Like, there's no chance. And that's one thing I actually hate about movies a lot, when the, like, bad guy has a huge monologue, and then he ends up dying.
Right, yeah.
Like, there's never enough times where they just kill somebody.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like, over, sorry. Like, and it's just dark. I guess that's not good storytelling, but I think if a movie did that one time, it'd really surprise audiences.
Yeah.
Like, whenever a movie kills somebody off that you're not expecting,
like,
or they kill somebody off, like a main character, and they're killed off so fast, and it's kind of just like, they're dead, and now we're moving on.
Yeah.
It always surprises people.
Yeah, and usually, like, when they do that, there's like, oh, there's no way you just killed him, and then they come back later, and
Yeah,
there's,
exactly. They always come back, and it's super annoying.
yeah.
I hate it.
Like in The Matrix, when, sorry, spoilers.
Wait, spoiler. Yeah,
Yeah,
spoilers.
spoilers for
If
the
you haven't
first-
seen The Matrix already.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous.
God, it's been a while. So watch The Matrix. But yeah, click out of here if you don't.
Yeah. Don't click out, just, like...
Yeah, just
like,
watch the video on mute.
Yeah. Just be... Even though there's no video.
Oh yeah, watch the.
It's
Listen to the there.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so the bald guy, not Morpheus, the other bald guy, the really bald white guy, not Keanu
One
Reeves.
that is super bald, not mega bald.
The bad guy.
I don't know. Oh yeah.
Alright,
The elf from Lord of the Rings.
Sure. Okay, so he kills the guy working on
Wait,
the
no, that guy's not bald. I actually don't know who you're talking about. Anyway, continue.
Okay, whatever. It's the guy who kills the guy working on the Matrix while Neo and everyone's still in the Matrix.
Okay.
And then he kills his brother. And then it's just like, holy shit, this guy's just gonna kill everyone. And he starts unplugging people from the Matrix. Like, yeah, I guess characters that didn't really matter, but were kind of, like, there.
Uh-huh.
And they kind of mattered. They were pretty, like, good people. And, like, once you unplug someone from the Matrix, they just die in the Matrix. So,
Yeah.
he just killed off, like, 4 people. And he was about to kill off Keanu Reeves. And then the guy he killed in the beginning, who was running the Matrix, just picks up, like, the photon cannon that he just dropped and just shot him with it. And he gets everyone out of the Matrix, and he's just like, well, that sucks.
Yeah, it's like you could have just killed him, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, they usually do that.
Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, so Star Wars Episode 1 was complicated for a bad reason.
Yeah.
I don't know, because my whole thing is I haven't seen like what's another example of a complicated one that was on your list?
My final one is very complicated, and I want to tell it to you, so if you have any other ones, just get them out of the way now.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay, so it's Metal Gear. The Metal Gear series.
Okay, I've never played a Metal Gear game. I hear they're awesome, though.
They're amazing. And, okay, are you ready? So we are going to be covering the main, Snake plot. Like, the main character is Solid Snake or Big Boss. You either play as one of the two.
Uh-huh.
And...
Is Big Boss the robot?
No. That's a Metal Gear.
Oh.
And,
please, don't hate me.
yeah, so, but, like, so I'm not going to be covering, like, any of the spin-offs. Like, even though Metal Gear Rising Revengeance is probably my favorite game ever, it follows Raiden, who is really not important to the main story. At least in the context that I'm going to be telling it, because I'm just telling you the main plot. So we're going to be covering Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, Peace Walker, Portable Ops, and 4. And also kind of Ground Zeroes, but not really. And also Phantom Pain has not come out yet, so we don't know what that will hold. So,
Alright.
It's got to start at Metal Gear Solid 3.
Is this like all fan speculation, or is this like
No, this is all Solid.
Oh, okay.
Solid.
No pun intended.
Solid Snake, yeah.
The worst.
So in Metal Gear Solid 3, which is like the 5th game now, because there's Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 2. And then, so Metal Gear Solid 3, you play as Naked Snake, and like...
Is he naked?
No. Well, no.
Why is he called that?
Because he's like a snake in which he can just slither through the ground and be undetected. I think is why they call him Snake. I don't know.
Why do they call him naked?
Calm down. So, they
What
call
are
it,
these new
like,
spy games?
his code name is Naked Snake, and he's on a mission with the boss, who is, wait, let me start out first of all. The story starts with the Philosophers, which is, like, America, China, and Russia in, like, 1912 or whatever, and they form this giant super union that no one knows about, and then, okay, now Metal Gear Solid 3, where you play as Naked Snake, and you just think that this is the same Snake from the other games. Like, you don't know that this guy's different yet. And then, so, you're following the boss, who's your idol, and she was built up to be the perfect, like, super soldier type. But then it turns out that she's a traitor, and she's working for the Russians. I think it's the Russians. She's working for someone bad. And then, so, Naked Snake is forced to kill her, and, so he gets the title of Big Boss, because he killed the boss, and, I'm trying...
Yeah, this is confusing.
I'm trying to get this as accurate as possible. So he's Big Boss now, and then it turns out that she wasn't a traitor, but they set it up. Like, her job was to go out there and make people think that she was a traitor, so she wouldn't get too powerful. And...
yeah, this is definitely a complicated story plot.
And then, so Big Boss now feels really sad and bad about it, and so he kind of, like, goes off and does whatever, and he teams up with Ocelot and Ada. Not Ada.
Ocelot?
Yeah, Revolver Ocelot. He's awesome.
What is an Ocelot? What is an Ocelot?
It's like a cat thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, and he's really creepy in Metal Gear Solid 3.
Okay, so far there's a naked man who's a snake.
He's not naked.
There's a cat man.
I'm just gonna refer to him as Big Boss, alright?
Just refer to him as Naked Snake Man.
He's Big Boss.
Naked Snake Man!
Naked Snake Man!
Snake Man!
Come save me,
Naked Snake Man!
Alright, so, and then Ocelot's a bad guy, because he works for the Russians, I believe.
Okay, so the cat man is bad.
Yeah. And
Naked Snake Man is good.
And, God, her name's not... Ava. That's her name. Ava. She is good because she works for America, but it turns out that Ocelot was a double agent for America working for Russia, and Ava was a triple agent who was working for Russia. Well, no, she was working for China, but pretended to work for Russia, and for Russia, she pretended to work for America. And so, she's bad.
I just became suicidal.
And so, she's bad. And Ocelot's good. Well, no one's really good in this series of games.
How can you be good if you're a naked snake man and a cat Ocelot man?
And then I think Portable Ops happens next. I don't fucking know. And he, like, saves Frank Yeager, who turns out to be Gray Fox. Gray Fox is awesome, by the way. He's a cool guy. And then Peace Walker happens, and it turns out that, like, Ocelot stole the money to create a giant Metal Gear Peace Walker, so it's like if anyone launched a nuke, that Peace Walker would stop it and then just destroy that nation who, like, launched it. But really, he was using it for evil, so Big Boss had to go stop it, and this is insane. But then
Naked Snake
I believe
Man,
Ground Zeroes happens, which is Metal Gear Solid 5, and which is like nothing, and then he gets knocked into a coma, and Phantom Pain hasn't happened yet. But while he's in a coma, they take his DNA and make 3 clones of him, and that would be Solid Snake, that would be Liquid Snake, and Solidus, which is awesome. And then, so we're coming up...
Are these all variants of Naked Snake Man?
Yeah, they're all Big Boss's clone children.
Ew.
Yeah, and they put it into... and they use the boss's DNA to put into Big Boss. So Big Boss now has the boss's DNA, and he gave that DNA to all the children. And Solid Snake's, like, good, Liquid Snake's bad, and Solidus is, like, the perfect, like, replication, that's not the right word, of Big Boss. And so he kind of just disappears for a while. So Solid Snake, now we're up to Metal Gear, the first Metal Gear game. And so Solid Snake has to go and kill Big Boss. So he goes and kills Big Boss because Big Boss took the money and started Foxhound. And Foxhound was, So Foxhound was his personal little army that he got too in control of, so they needed to stop it. So he killed Big Boss, and in the second game, he has to go kill Big Boss again. No, he has to go kill Liquid Snake, his brother, and he does, quote-unquote, kill him. But then Big Boss comes back, and so he has to kill Big Boss again. and because they're making a Metal Gear, so they need to stop that. So they quote unquote kill him again, and then Solid Snake, and now this is Metal Gear Solid 1, where Solid Snake has to go save Otacon, who is Major Zero. Major Zero, another like important character that I forgot to mention. I believe he's Major Zero's kid. I don't remember. But then Revolver Ocelot comes to kill Solid Snake, but then his arm gets chopped off by Gray Fox, who is Frank Yeager, who was saved by Big Boss, and like he got turned into a cyborg, and then Solid Snake is injected with Fox dye, and so is the rest of the Snake family. So Solidus and Liquid is as well, and then you fight Liquid in the second game, and Liquid you fight him in the first game, and then he just kind of like falls over dead, and he screams Fox die, because Fox die gives people heart attacks. And then, Revolver Ocelot just kind of finds Liquid Snake's arm, and just puts it where his arm used to be, and so he starts pretending that Liquid Snake's taking over his mind, even though he's really not.
Man, this is so complicated.
And then he starts actually going insane. And so we get up to Metal Gear Solid 4, where Solid Snake, Solidus is now dead, but he was president for a while. He was technically like our 43rd president. And he's now dead, and Liquid Snake is controlling Revolver Ocelot, so they now call him Liquid Ocelot. And Solid Snake is now like 50, like 60, 80 years old, even though he's only like 24, because Fox dye makes him age really fast.
Yeah!
And he has to go and kill Liquid Ocelot, and Liquid Ocelot, right before he dies, kind of gains back his memory of being Ocelot again. So he says, "You're pretty good, kid," because when he fought Big Boss for the first time, Big Boss like kicked his ass, and he said, "You're pretty good, kid." And he said that to Solid Snake, and that meant nothing to Solid Snake, because he's never even talked to Solid Snake before, except for the times he tried to kill him.
Why is Naked Snake Man just not
Big Boss is,
like
and then
gay man?
because Big Boss is hooked up to this supercomputer that the government is using to create soldiers with. I forgot to mention that. And then Big Boss, and then you see
But wait, there's more.
And then you see Solid Snake. This is the end of Metal Gear Solid 4. And you see Solid Snake at like a grave for Ocelot, and then Big Boss comes up behind him. It's like, but what? Big Boss is supposed to be like hooked up to a computer, but it turns out Solidus, the president, also the like one of the clones of Big Boss, is actually hooked up to the computer instead of Big Boss. And he rolls up Major Zero, who's now in a wheelchair and like hooked up to life support and stuff like that. And then he gives you the speech about how the boss, the original one, the traitor but not really a traitor, her view, like they were all trying to recreate her view, but her view on war was like that it should never like change, because war is like fighting between like two people, and we don't need to build up super soldiers to be better. It's like, no, it's just fighting, like it's a settlement of a dispute is like her, if I remember that right, that's like her thing. And then Big Boss disconnects Major Zero from his life support and kills him. So now Ocelot, Major Zero are both dead, like for reals, I think, until they make more games. And then Big Boss looks at Snake, and they both look the same age, or even Solid Snake looks older because of Fox dye. But then they cure him of Fox dye, so now he's just like an 80-year-old looking man, even though he's like 27. And the Big Boss is just like this old guy. And that's about all we know. And war is like better now, I guess.
Ben, that was exhausting.
I know.
That was so exhausting.
I'm sure I got some of that wrong, but that's like I just gave you the basic of what that was. That was just like a recap. So now you know all about Metal Gear Solid. Go buy the games.
Oh god, Ben.
I knew this would be a fun topic because I just wanted to talk about Metal Gear for a long time. It was like 10 minutes of me just talking about Metal Gear.
Just call this complicated plots, the Metal Gear summary.
Yeah. Oh.
I have no more.
You got no more?
I can't top that.
Yeah, no. Nothing can top Metal Gear. Metal
Oh,
Gear!
Alright, so my plugs at Blubbery Pie on Twitter.
wait, sorry, I got that wrong. Ocelot is not Major Zero's kid. He is, the Sorrow, because there's the boss and the Sorrow just hates everything. And the Sorrow, I believe, is also Psycho Mantis, who's like the coolest boss ever. And so, sorry, I think I just got that mixed up, but whatever. Alright, go ahead, plug your stuff. Sorry.
Alright, so my plug on Twitter is at Blubbery Pie. Come check out my super...
Wait, did I say Ocelot? I meant Otacon, not Ocelot. Sorry, I don't want to confuse anyone.
Everybody's already confused.
It's Otacon's father is the Sorrow, I believe, not Ocelot's.
Nobody cares about Catman.
Yeah, it's really creepy because the first time you meet him, he's like, "I'm Ocelot," and then he just screams into the sky, but he goes, "Meow."
Why is this man the worst?
He's the best, actually. He's really cool. Alright, go ahead. Plug your stuff. Too.
Alright, you garbage.
Or I'll keep talking about Metal Gear.
Alright, so that's my Twitter if you've got that. It's in the description, so just click there. Everything's in the description. Go check out some shirts. I got cool stuff. The art for this video will be up there. I'm gonna start plugging my Instagram. It's just pictures. I don't really use it that much, but you can come check it out. It's the blue-footed booby.
What's wrong with you?
It's a bird.
It's not when... Yeah, okay, whatever.
And that's
also, I believe it's spelled with I-E, not Y.
And that's down there, too. So, and Ben's plugs on Twitter.
No, my plug's on Tumblr.
I mean, Tumblr.
Yeah, you can find me on Tumblr. I am Link with Zelda, Link with, and then Zelda, and then it's all one word, no capital letters. I post funny stuff, mostly anime stuff, because anime is hilarious. And I post a lot of other stuff, like video game stuff. So you're welcome. Come follow me.
It's super cool.
Also, I usually follow back the people who follow me, so...
Yes, you'll get a follower just for following.
Probably.
It's like Christmas.
Almost.
Except without the drunk uncles.
Yeah. Do you have a weird drunk uncle?
I don't.
Or a drunkle, as I like to call them?
I'm very sad about that comment.
You're welcome. Alright.
I didn't say thank you.
You're welcome.
Again, didn't say thank you.
Hey, guess what?
What?
You're welcome.